Hey everybody, it's Dr. Lozano here. Wanted to talk a little bit about the term paper that we've got coming up. Reminder that this is due the 27th of April. So you've got, 12 days in which to work on this if you haven't begun already. And I know some of you haven't. This is worth 25% of your overall grade. And so this is one of those things that I do, I grade a bit tough on this. So let's talk about how this is supposed to be written, what's going to be expected of you, and just kind of how this is going to come about. So what you'll want to do is log into Canvas and go to the assignments page. And as you get there, you're going to want to take a look at the term paper assignment specifically. So you can get there through the assignments page, you can get there through the syllabus page, you can also get there through the grade portal because it'll show an empty grade for your term paper. You need to read these instructions carefully. I've been teaching this course for a very long time. These come out of over a decade of teaching this. And so they've been written with a significant amount of detail in mind to help you out. So first things first, and I'm going to kind of walk you through this. Because we are studying philosophy, you are expected to be able to express your thoughts philosophically. And you need to show me that you understand the philosopher that you choose well enough to practically apply or do something with their thought. This is not an English paper. It shouldn't be written like one. It's not a social science paper. So you're not writing narratively, you're not writing descriptively, you're writing from an argumentative basis. Okay, and this is probably something new to you. Now, a couple of clarifications to frequently asked questions. Writing argumentatively does not mean that you're arguing with me, doesn't mean that you're arguing with the philosopher. It means that you're presenting valid premises that lead to valid conclusions. That makes sure that your arguments are actually good, that you're substantiating your argument, and not just saying it's right because Wikipedia says it is. Which, by the way, please don't use Wikipedia. Wikipedia is open for anybody to edit and is a spurious source and just not really reliable. You also should not be using the Stanford Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy. You shouldn't be using SparkNotes. You're going to actually have to read some text to do this well. Your tuition at San Antonio College, or whichever campus you call home, allows you access through the library with your banner ID to millions of print resources that are available completely online. You're going to want to search for those that have been peer-reviewed and also that you have access to the full text of. So let's jump right into this. Now, you're going to do this as a Word, so .doc or docx, or a PDF attachment. Google Docs does not play nicely with Canvas. So even if you're in Google Docs, make sure that you print it to a PDF before you submit it. At the top right hand, and this is a vestige of the old days when we used to actually take papers, when you would staple the left hand, you can flip through the right hand and everything that I need to see is right there. You're going to give me your full name. You're going to give me the date, and you're going to give me your course and section number. And so that'll be philosophy 1301-whatever. You're going to type this thing double spaced, aligned left. You do not need a title. Okay, that's not required. Do this in 12-point Times New Roman font. Please don't use a cute font that dots your eyes with little hearts or something. What I'm looking for is really good, concise, clear, cogent argument, not length. I'd rather your paper be shorter and to the point than blather on and try and baffle me with bullshit. Okay, so here's the thing though. You probably can't answer the prompt in fewer than 4 pages. You don't need a title page. So 4 full pages of good content is about the minimum that I'm expecting. I sometimes get 2-page papers. When I get those, if you give me half a paper, you're probably going to get half a grade. Okay, so do with that information what you will. If you take longer than 6 pages to answer this, you're probably putting in unnecessary filler information. Okay, you need to cite at least 2 sources, and you're going to be citing those in footnotes. So if you're in your word processing program, you're going to go up to citations or insert, hit footnote, and it will automatically do it for you. Okay, and there is a foolproof footnoting document that I'm going to resend out to everybody because for whatever reason, it's not playing nicely with Canvas. All right, Let's see, we already talked about sources. Please don't plagiarize your paper, because even if I don't catch it, and I'd like to think I'm a fairly bright guy, but even if I miss it, the program that we use, Turnitin, will absolutely find it. And it's also going to find the internet source where you got it from. And it's going to be really embarrassing when I have to send copies of that to the dean and say, So don't do that. If you plagiarize your paper so badly that you get a 0 grade for the paper, you're going to be ineligible for the curve on the final grade, and you probably don't want that. And the best you could do is a low C. Okay, you don't need a works cited page because it doesn't work to flip through to them on these. You need your quotes if they're appropriate. Don't plagiarize again. You're going to turn in your paper via the assignment page in Canvas. No hard copy is required, and well, I'm not going to have these mailed to me or anything. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to pick one of the philosophers that we've covered throughout the course of the semester. Pardon me. Some of these are going to be better choices than others. So I would recommend you not choose someone like Herodotus or one of the Greek tragedians because A, they're not really doing philosophy in the sense that we're interested in, but B, you're just not going to find enough stuff. If you wanted to do someone like Descartes or Locke or Hegel or Hume or Mill or Nietzsche or any of these guys, you're going to find plenty. So when in doubt, reach out, email me, post something in Remind, and I'll get back to you. So you want to pick one, only one. You may not do this over more than one philosopher. So here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to introduce your paper to me, okay? We're studying these great ideas of philosophy. All of these philosophers have been included for a very good reason. Your introduction should introduce me to your main reason for including your philosopher. Why are they still worth our time to study, sometimes 2,000 years after their death? What makes them worthy of our attention? The second thing you're going to need to do is summarize their key concepts. What are their main contributions? What are they doing that either nobody else before them did, or what are they doing in a way that's completely unique? You should show me here that you understand them, that you've got a well-rounded understanding both of their work and of themselves and what they're contributing to academic study of philosophy. Included in this should be citations, quotations from their written work or from other written work about them that supports your inclusion of them. Then you want to discuss, can they be applied practically? Say within a personal or professional or an academic area of your own choosing. So if you're going into nursing, I don't know, how could you apply Immanuel Kant's thought to nursing? What would Locke or Hume have to say about engineering or computer science, and so on and so forth? Included in this section, this should be kind of an example, kind of a miniature case study, okay? What could you do with them? Imagine a world in which X were the case. Give me a hypothetical of how they could be practically applied. And then finally, you're going to wrap up your paper. And here, you're summarizing, you're kind of tying together the major points of what you've done. And this is kind of the trick is introduction, tell me what you're going to do. Body of the paper, do it. Summary, tell me what you just did. Okay? It's a way of kind of stretching out that paper. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. It is not a biographical paper. Okay? I don't need a whole bunch of information about how Aristotle was born in Stagira and had a beard and wore a toga and all that kind of stuff. That just looks like filler, and that's not a good thing, okay? Your term paper is written from an academic perspective, so you should not use textese. You should not use any slang. You should very carefully spell check this because, let's be honest, it's the 21st century. Every single program has that. You really want to focus on what is the meat of the philosopher. What are their major contributions that really make them worth our time to study, okay? You're going to do all this in 4 to 6 type double-space 12-point Times New Roman font pages, and you'll be good to go. You can turn that paper in anytime up to the 27th of April at a minute before midnight. I would recommend you not wait until the last minute. You have got the rubric that I'm going to grade you on. It is on the assignment page. So you can see exactly what those 5 areas. I'm basically looking at your ideas, your organization, your coherence, your support, the style, and the mechanics. While this is not an English course, I am still looking at, can you spell? Is your grammar good? And all that kind of good stuff. And so these are good expectations for you. You've got everything there. In the meantime, feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions about this, and I will do my best to clarify. Please don't wait until the last day to do so, though. Don't overthink this paper. It is very straightforward, very direct. You've got very clear direction. You're going to do great.